today I thought it would be a lot of fun to do a new video on the salad that is super popular on my blog. Now, if you've been following me for some time, you know that this is the side salad recipe that once you make it, you'll probably never make it any other way. My mother-in-law actually taught me how to make it, and so she was nice enough to let me share it with you. Now, I'm gonna do it from start to finish like I normally do, so you can see every little thing. First, I'm starting with the ranch dressing. Now, I know if you don't like ranch dressing, any dressing is fine for this. However, if you like ranch dressing, you're gonna wanna make this and do the extra step. So we just get the restaurant style dressing with the buttermilk, okay? Pour that in to a bowl. And I do this first because it needs to sit in the fridge until you're ready to, well, for like 30 minutes, I think. So you do a cup of buttermilk. And then you do a cup of mayonnaise. I'm sure you can use salad dressing if you want, but I don't like that. I like mayonnaise. Okay. It's a shame my boys aren't here. I'd hear a lot of jokes about that. Okay. Pour that in. Grab a whisk. Whisk it all together until it's blended in nice and good. And depending on what kind of bowl I put it in, I usually just put saran wrap over it, put it in the fridge while I'm making the rest of the salad. But I've been known to put it in a mason jar and shake, shake, shake. And then I can just pour it out of the mason jar onto the salad, and it works out really nice. So that's mixed up. I'm gonna put this back in the fridge, and then we're gonna start on the salad. So, something else I wanted to share with you is, I better put cellophane over it, that this salad is something I make at least once a week, and I make a big batch of it to eat on. Now, some of the toppings can make lettuce get kind of soft, a little soggy, so if I plan to make a big batch to eat on for a couple days, I keep the toppings separate. But if I'm making it for a big group or whatnot, I go ahead and put it all on like I'm gonna do today. And for the big batch, I do 3 heads of romaine. So you buy the package in the store that has the 3 heads, I guess, in it. And I also add, this was another trick my mother-in-law taught me, add a little spinach into it too. And I know it sounds wild, but it gives it the best texture. And that part's actually not in the blog post. I need to add that. Oh, so first thing I do is I get my big old bowl, because I'm gonna want every bit of room I can have for that. I forgot my knife. This will be a good one, I think. I usually like a bigger one. But, yes, the easy thing to do is just cut, 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 and be done with it. But you're not gonna get the best salad recipe in the entire world if you don't do what I'm gonna show you. So I cut off the butts, or whatever you wanna call them, the very bottom. Try to save as much as I can, you know, I don't go too far up. And then, you see this. You see this part right here? I don't like that. It doesn't have any flavor. It's crunchy. It's kind of bitter sometimes. So I take my time and I cut that little bad boy out. All right, toss it aside. Now, if you're pressed for time, and I don't want to waste your time, so I'll show you what I do. Sometimes I go ahead and keep a little bit of the top part. It does give it a little texture. It's not too bitter. It's the bottoms that throw me off. So if I am pressed for time, I do go ahead and try to cut as much of that out as I can, even if it does have a little bit in it. It's not gonna hurt anything, but it's up to you. And then, like, as you get to the middle pieces, like these little guys, that doesn't bother me as bad. I think that gives it a little texture. It's the big honking pieces on the outside. This that's so gross to me. So these little pieces here, these little guys, I just cut that up. Now, I'm not done cutting, okay? So this is the cool trick. I'm gonna get this little bit going. The cool thing about the salad, or what makes it so good, if you've ever had a chopped salad at a restaurant, you know the difference between big hunks of lettuce and small hunks of lettuce. There's nothing worse. Let me just show you. If you've been to a restaurant before where they didn't cut the lettuce like, you know, I don't complain. I don't complain. Except my husband. My husband says I always complain about this. But they make you this salad, all right? And you get it and you pour your dressing on. And it's like, oh, I can't wait to have my first bite of salad. This looks so good. And you're trying to shove this big old honking piece of thing that they didn't cut. Well, for some reason, it is so much more enjoyable when the lettuce is cut into very small pieces. Now, what I do here, now after the middles are removed, I roll it all up kind of to get as much as I can, and I chop that lettuce into small bite-sized pieces, okay? Sometimes I'll go that way again, so you can see that I have little bitty pieces, right? Oh, and it's so much better that way. So I've already washed my lettuce. And I've asked a few of my friends recently if they wash it after they cut it or before they cut it. It's a great debate. I wash it before I cut it. Some say you need to wash it after so you can get in there really good. But since I chop my salad so fine, it falls through the salad spinner. And I don't really care for it that way. Okay. So, again, for the sake of your time in this video, I'm not going to cut this how I really want to, which is each little individual piece, because it makes a big difference. I'm just going to kind of speed up the process here. Actually, this looks pretty good. Okay. There's a big old honking piece there with a big old white rind. Ugh. Okay. Go ahead and cut that out, save some time. Couple of pieces, cut that thing out. Okay, now I know you may think, Jessica, that seems like so much work. Just get a head of lettuce and cut the whole thing. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. Okay, so I'm gonna get to chopping. The small bite-sized pieces like you'd get in a chopped salad at a restaurant. Speed things up. This piece looks raunchy. Kind of turning black on the ends. Okay, speed things up. Grab a big honking chunk. I've said honking a lot. Roll it up. Chop, 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 chop. Go the other way. If I had my big knife, but I don't. Try not to cut your finger off. Wouldn't be good. Nobody wants gross stuff in their lettuce, in their salad. Nobody wants to find a finger in their salad. All right, that, my friend, is chopped. Next, you can kind of see how the dark green's on the top there. That's cool. Next, I don't use the whole container because I don't particularly care for spinach salads. This is actually spinach and kale. But I do like a good handful of spinach in it because it gives it that amazing texture I was telling you about. And spinach is so good for you, right? So I do the same thing with this. It was triple washed. I'm surprised, should have washed it again, but hey, we're saving time here. Chop that into small pieces too. Okay, put that right in there. Now, what I do with this is I just kind of mix it all together. My boys eat this, they have no idea. There's spinach in it. Nobody ever really says anything like, huh, what is that? They just go, oh my gosh, that salad is so good. what'd you do? And I'm like, go to the blog, it's on there. Okay, so it's okay if you have lettuce left over on your cutting board, but I am gonna wash my hands. And then we're gonna get started on the veggies that you add to it. And the fun thing about this salad is you can be the salad's very flexible. You can add what you have on hand. You can only add the vegetables that you like. But today for this one, this is what I have on hand. So I have carrots, cucumbers, green onions, radishes, and I think that's it. So I'm gonna peel my carrot here. This is a new peeler to me, so hopefully I got that. Okay. Now when you're adding your vegetables, chop them in small pieces too. Okay, I'm gonna cut the end off. It's kind of gross looking. And what I do for this is I cut my carrot in half. I usually use about 1 carrot for a salad this big, maybe more. Depends on how I'm feeling. And I cut the carrot slice in half again because I'm cutting it into small, bite-sized pieces. No big chopped salad, right? And then I put them next to each other and I chop. If you have a chopper, you can use that. I have a great chopper. Love my chopper from Xylus. I have a Xylus salad spinner too that I absolutely love. However, sometimes, I just love the good old chop with a knife. I don't know why. I usually end up with a carrot and flour. Then I chop them as much as I can. Doesn't have to be perfect because nobody wants big hunks of carrot, just like they don't want big hunks of lettuce in their salad. I'll put the link to the recipe in the description of this video too, so you can save it, pin it, share it, whatever your little heart desires. And remember that when you visit the blog, thank you. I appreciate that because that is what tells the internet, whatever, the Google bosses that you like my site, and that means a lot to me. So when you visit it, thank you. Okay. So I take my carrots, put them on top. That's plenty of carrots, especially since I'm adding other things. Did I say cucumber? I think I was telling you. I add English cucumber. It can be regular. Again, we're going to chop this as tiny as we want, as we can. I like to chop it many different directions before I go to town. Saves time. Yep, I need a bigger knife. Gosh, that smells good. There's something about fresh veggies. Oh, it smells so good. I could probably do more cucumber than this. All right, we don't want cucumber mush. So, if you can see, just little bite-sized pieces. Next, we're gonna add radish. I washed these too, but the ends are gross looking, so I'm just gonna shave off that. And chop, I'll probably do 2. Won't do a lot. I don't know if, I mean, they do add some flavor, and it's really good when you get one. But I don't want it to overpower the salad, so just a couple. I put a lot of radishes on my avocado toast. That's really good. My sister came to visit us in Montana, and she brought a bunch of radishes. I said, I eat a lot of radishes too. And she goes, oh yeah. She goes, I love putting cream cheese on them. I think that's what she said. And everything, what is it called? The bagel seasoning. The everything but the bagel or something. I don't know. Anyway, before she left, she started dipping her radishes in mashed avocado because I eat a lot of avocado toast, and I had mashed avocado left over. And And then sprinkling that seasoning on, and she goes, oh my gosh, I think I like this better than the cream cheese. Yeah, that's awesome, and it's healthier. Okay, next is a green onion. I chop off the little butt. And then roll these little big guys up, Chop this into small pieces as well. Sometimes, like if your knife's not very sharp, or you don't cut it just right, they still, can you see that? They still kind of stick together, so I rotate it around and give it another chop. I like this as small as possible too, because you don't want to get a big bite of onion. I like to get a little onion in every bite. Again, not to overpower it, sprinkle that on. Okay. Next, that's it for the veggies, I believe. Yes. I'm gonna wash my hands, and then I'm gonna show you what I do next. Again, the next step I do is completely optional. You don't have to add it on, but it is wonderful. Now, there is something else I want to show you that definitely, all these are optional, but it is by far one of my favorite things to add to it. Cooked bacon. So I just cook my bacon. I usually use my air fryer, and it's hot. Cut the bacon into little pieces. 1 to 2 slices probably is enough. And yes, you can use bacon bits or whatever, but real bacon, whew, it's hard to beat. Okay. And then shredded cheddar cheese. I'm gonna put that on there when it's cooled off a little bit. So, what I do next, sunflower seeds. My mother-in-law uses unsalted sunflower seeds, you know. What do they call these when they're not peeled, but I don't remember. They don't have shells. Sprinkle a bunch of those on there. It gives it a really good texture. And then, so I always say there are a couple secrets to this salad. The first one is to chop it really fine, right? The second is to add these herbs. Dried basil or fresh. Fresh is the best. But I don't have any fresh basil, so dried will be just fine. Add that to your salad. How much was that? I don't know. I have the recipe measurements on the blog when I measured it one day. Next, garlic powder. Okay. That's it. It's ready. It is so ready for that buttermilk ranch dressing that is so delightful. Now, if you want to make this for a weekend barbecue, a holiday dinner, you totally can. What I usually do, I usually make the salad. I make it the morning of. Put some saran wrap over it, put it in the fridge with the dressing, take both with me, and it's ready to go. Now, something else that we do for, I don't know, a busy weeknight is we use leftover meat. So if we had steak the night before, chicken, we'll use the leftover meat the next night and put it in with the salad, so it all of a sudden becomes an easy dinner recipe instead of just a side salad. So that is it. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think. If you've already tried it, leave me a note in the comments letting me know what you think, because I have a feeling you love it as much as we do. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.